I've always lived here. So that hasn't changed at all. So this is my first home. I've lived in another one for after we got married for a short time, but then moved back into here.
Jean Ammeter remembers growing up in Headingley.
It was there was animals and everything at those early days, and so I worked, helped with different things on the farm and. Driving trucks and shoveling grain, did all of those sort of things.
Ammeter says the housing developments in the area haven't changed the landscape near her place.
This side of McIntosh, it's still the same amount of homes. I think there's one less down at the river, but that's about all. So this part hasn't changed that much compared to the rest of Headingley. It can be maybe one new house here and there or two developments, so.
Even though the area has seen new homes and changes, Ammeter loves learning about the history of the area, and has files all around her home to prove it.
I've always been interested in the history of the community, so.
Yeah, you're known for your love of the history.
Yeah.
So where did that start?
Oh, I don't know. I just, I guess because I was the youngest in the family, and my sisters had all gone into Winnipeg to work and that, and so I guess I heard, of my mother and aunts. We had a lot of cousins and aunts and uncles that lived close up in St. Francis, and so you always knew what was happening and stories and that. So although you often wish some things you'd ask more about,
Ammeter brought her husband Raymond along with her on her quest for historic information.
My husband could get around more. We used to transcribe cemeteries and then compile them, and the information would go to the society.
Ammeter's current big project is with the Holy Trinity Anglican Church in Headingley.
I worked with Dave Taylor, and this, I guess, last couple of years, I guess we do it, is the inside the Anglican Church. There's a lot of history, and we've been going through sort of everything in the church, and compiling all the stories about it and that.
And Ammeter will continue to share her stories and love of history.